Yes.
Okay. So is this clear till here? What is geography? What is the definition of geography? And what should be the interview answer? What is the definition of a region? What is the understanding of region? And what should be your interview answer? Is this clear to all of you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Data center, I have already explained. Availability zone, we just did. So I hope these topics are clear till now, right?
Correct.
Okay. Now let's discuss what is availability set. But before that, I want to explain, or I want you to understand what is HA. That will be the correct chronology. So people are still joining, guys. Just wait for a minute. Okay, so let's start. I think most of you have joined. Right. So what is HA? Okay. This is not a cloud term. This is not even what you say Azure specific term. It is a widely used IT infrastructure term, which is called high availability, and it has nothing to do, in fact, with technology also. What do you understand if I tell you that I want highly available service, or high availability should be there in your service? So what do you understand by that? Forget Azure, forget
Connectivity
technology.
should be good.
No, I'm not
Connectivity
talking
should
about
be.
technical, not talking about Azure. What is high availability? I want high
So,
availability in your service. Yes.
so it should be maximum uptime.
Yes. Anyone else would like to explain or elaborate? Answer is correct, no doubt. With example, because I told you guys in your interview, it will be helpful for you when you start giving complete answers, not jargons, not single word, and complete answers. And if you start adding examples, nothing more than nothing like that.
My application should be always up and running.
Forget application, guys. Give me a non-IT example first.
Infrastructure.
No, I just told you do not use single words, guys. Yes, Iram.
So basically, high availability means even if everything should be functional, even if some components fail, the functionality should be there, still there. That's
Correct. So
the
in short,
system should
guys,
be still running.
yes. Again, but we moved on to technical more. But I think understanding is clear. Why I mostly give non-technical examples, just to check whether understanding is clear or not. But if understanding is clear, we are okay with that also, right? So just to explain it to you, what is high availability, or HA, or highly available service? It's nothing but just preparing a backup for something. A backup for something, as in my services should be available no matter what kind of services I'm talking about, IT, non-IT. Let's take an example of a cafe. Okay, I have a chef who works for 12 hours, and now I want to make my cafe available, highly available. So can I say that my one chef works only for 12 hours, so I'll run this only for 12 hours? Let's say I have a license for 24 hours and etc, and demand is there, people are there, they want to eat food in night time also. But just because I do not have resources, I'm not able to make it highly available. So making it highly available means having something extra. I can get my job done with one chef, but it will work only for 12 hours. That is not highly available. For remaining 12 hours, uh, my services are not available, though there is a demand, so I'm losing on my business. So I will have to hire one more chef, and now I have two chefs. Now my services are highly available, they are running 24/7. But now what is happening? Sometimes we're human, right? Someone is sick, there's some emergency situation, someone wants to go on a date, someone has birthday, anniversary, etc, anything, it could be anything. One of them wants to take a leave or absconded, something like that. Again, your service for that particular day, was it highly available? No. And if that is happening frequently, no matter, even if you write it on your board that we are available 24/7, but you're one of the chefs, they are going on leave, they're not coming, for some or the other reason you are not highly available, it will start spreading. People will talk about you. Okay, yeah, that restaurant, it says 24/7, but trust me, I have went there several times and it is not open after 2 o'clock. So let's not go there. Let's try something other. You're losing on your business. So highly available, to make that highly available, what you'll have to do is, instead of 2, you will have to hire 3 chefs now. Maybe 2 are working, one is just standby. You're paying him less till the time he comes to picture. Or maybe you're paying all of them and they are working. Maybe one start 6 o'clock, the other one will come at 12 o'clock, the first one will go. You will divide it somehow. But what are you trying to do here? It's you're trying to make your service available on 24/7, which is called highly available, and which can also called as HA in technical term, high availability. Is this clear? The non-technical example, is this clear to you?
Understand.
Yes.
Okay, now let's come to technical and let's come to Azure directly now. What is high availability? High availability, it's any feature which Azure provides you, which can help your application up and running maximum time. So if you have an application and you want that application to up and running all the time, there should not be any downtime, anything. So there are some services which Azure will provide. Obviously, there will be a cost behind it, right? But if you have demand, you have customer, you will bear the cost. So Azure will provide you some services. Those will be called high availability, HA. Interviewer may ask, I specifically and purposely deliberately have mentioned HA, because if you claim that you have worked for 3 years, interviewer will not ask you, can you please explain high availability? Interviewer will definitely ask you, explain HA. What is HA? Have you ever worked on HA? What are the services of HA have you used? These are the questions you might face. So now, is this clear to you? What is high availability? Now let's look into the Azure pattern. Okay, now I explained, let's correlate them. Okay, then only you will understand. In Azure, there are many topics which we will learn in isolation, which won't make any sense. But when you start clubbing them, then it will start making sense to you. Now I explained this one, availability zone, where you have 3 different data centers. But what's the use of it? Now let's start combining that with high availability. Let me open MS Paint and I'll explain it to you. Okay, so you have one application, Swiggy, or any application for that matter. Well, let's stick to Swiggy. Okay. It's in demand. People are using, they want 24/7, people are using, and they want complete HA for their application, high availability. Swiggy says, I have full demand 24/7. Give me some solution so my service never goes down. Okay, so you can tell them that you can go ahead with HA service. Now HA is a category. Okay, which service, I'll talk about it. You can go with high availability, and for high availability you can choose availability zone. When you want to have your servers, okay, let me explain it again, though we have covered it, but I'll just repeat it for you. You'll have to rejoin. Wait, someone says he's not able to hear. What about others?
Yeah, able
Yes,
to
we
listen.
can.
hear.
Fine, I'll ask him
It's
to
audible.
rejoin. Yes. I'll just ping him, guys, to rejoin. Okay. Right. So I've already explained it to you, but just a quick revision. When we have an application, what do we require to run an application? Where will I host my application?
Website server.
Yes, website. Where will I host my website? Yes, server.
Um,
What do you mean by server? Which server are you talking about here? Operating system or server hardware?
operating system.
OS.
Operating system. So what do I require to have this operating system? Where can I have this operating system? Not
Data
talking about cloud.
in-
As of now, not talking about cloud. Let's stick to traditional. Where can I install this operating system?
on my server.
Server class hardware.
Right. Some server class hardware, and in layman term, we'll always call it server. So somewhere I should have one server. Okay, you guys can mute yourself, guys. That's all I wanted to know, just to check your understanding, right? So to run my application Swiggy, I definitely require one operating system. To have that operating system, I required one server. So this is what I needed. To run my application, I require this infrastructure at least. Fine, I got it. My application is running. But now, is it reliable? Is it going to work forever? No. This is a server. You may get heat issue. Fan might get stopped working. Uh, your RAM can fused. Your hard disk, it can get corrupted. Anything can happen, and this server can go down. And in this case, if this is not cloud, it's gonna take 4 to 5 hours, right? So what do you want here? You want more than one server. To have more high availability, you want more than one server. Am I correct? If I can host my one application here, and if something goes wrong, this is server issues I'm talking about, hardware issues, about software issues also. OS can get corrupted, OS can have blue screen of death, anything can happen. So the better way, or the smartest way, is if I have a good application which I want 24/7 up and running, I'll definitely host that application on multiple servers. Minimum I'll have 3 servers. This is I'm talking about the traditional way, guys. Okay, I will have 3 servers here. Now, have I control it a little bit at least? Earlier, when I had only one server, the chances were frequent to go my application down. But now I have 3 servers. And how to host one application on multiple server, how to sync data, that is not the concern here. Okay, we are not doing the technical things now, so don't worry about it. Understand the concept as of now. This will come, I'll explain it to you in detail, so don't worry about it. And just try to understand the concept. So to run this application, earlier I was using just one server. Okay, let me change the color of this. I was using only one server. Is this more reliable, or now I'm using 3 servers? Which is more reliable?
Using 3 servers.
Using 3 servers.
3
right?
servers.
Yeah, so even if one server goes down, I should have my services up and running from this one. I should have my services up and running from this one. Even if this goes down, I have some time. I can go ahead, buy new server, do some repair, etc. My application is still running. So this is your high availability, nothing else. Is this clear to everyone? What is high availability?
Understand.
Okay, now
Yes.
let's bring this concept to cloud. This is traditional way. Now let's bring it to the cloud. Okay, now this, I just gave you the server level example. Okay, guys, I'm going ahead and I'm explaining it to the next level. What if my whole data center is down? Let me take this annotation. I have one application, fine, and I have taken a region where there is no availability zone. So if there is no availability zone, how many data centers will be there in that region?
Only one.
Only one. So
One.
this is the data
Yeah.
center. Let's assume this is the data center. I got 3 servers. Fine. 3 servers here. That's okay. 4 servers for that matter. But ultimately, this is also a building, right? It has some limitation. I understand daily it won't happen. Maybe it won't happen once a year also, but maybe in 5 years it may happen. But what if this data center is down completely? This data center is down completely. Then what? If I have 4 servers over there and this data center is completely down, maybe power outage in that area, all 3 power suppliers, they are not available over there. They are gone. Maybe some earthquake happened over there and all of them are suddenly not working. So this data center is down. It could be a natural calamity or maybe some internal error and that data center is down for some reason. Some virus attack happened and they had to shut down their data center. Will my application work? Though I had 4 servers. Will my
No.
application work?
No,
No.
no.
So to have the high availability, what will I do in this case? I will have my one server over here, second server here, and third server here. If it's very highly available application, very crucial application, I'm planning to have 6 servers. So I will have my third server here, I will have my fourth server here, and I will have my sixth server here. I told you about the connectivity, data copy, etc. Do not worry, that is a different topic. So this is how I will have my 6 server. This is how I will divide my 6 servers. Now, if something happens to this data center, will my services work or not?
Yes, it will work.
It will be
Definitely
working.
it will work. Yes. So understood, guys? This is your availability zone. Nothing else. This is how you have to explain. If your interviewer is asking what is availability zone, what is high availability, HA, I've already explained. What is availability zone? This is how you can explain that if I have one application, if I'm planning to have 6 servers for that application, I will put all those 6 servers in different data centers of that particular region. Maybe this is in Hinjawadi, this is down, but it's okay. SB Info City is working, or Magarpatta 1 is working, and Kharadi Eon 1 is working. So I'm safe. It is working fine. Is this clear to everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is very important, guys, right? So please, if it's not clear, do not hesitate to ask. Is it clear to all? Stuti, Ejas, Anisa, Ganesh,
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Josna, Mudassar,
Yes.
Sahil,
Yes, sir.
Satish, clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Let's move on then. So we have covered most of it. This is the crucial part. One more jargon is pending. Geography covered, region covered. See, guys, this is the reason I have not asked you to take a subscription till now. It's of no use. You guys will waste your money, so don't take it now. Also, next Saturday we'll start with the subscription. So this week also do not take subscription, but focus on theory, guys. Very important. No matter which YouTube channel or which expert is saying what, trust me on this. Whatever we are practicing here, if you give your 100%, remember these questions and complete the task which I assign you, I take the guarantee that you will clear the interview. High availability zone, I cleared. High availability, it's clear. Now 2 things are pending. One is VMSs, virtual machine scale set. We'll keep it for the last. If time permits, we'll cover this. Otherwise, I'll take this in the next session. Let's talk about availability set. But before I
I'm so
go there,
sorry.
yes, Ganesh.
I'm so sorry. I had just one question. I'm just a bit confused between high availability and the availability zone. So you just explained me about availability zone. Let's say if I have 3 server, okay, and if one data center goes down, I mean one data center goes down, I'll have 2 as a backup, right? That is the availability. And about high availability, it's the same, right? The backup.
Yes, good you asked. Anyone else? Okay. So high availability, it's not a feature. High availability, I told you it's not from Azure. It was there since beginning. High availability we have in our cafe also. High availability, it's just the generic term. Availability zone is a feature of high availability. When I say that I want high availability, okay, how do you want to achieve this high availability? Using availability zone or using availability set? So the difference which you have to look for, it's between availability set and availability zone, not between high availability and availability zone. High availability, it's not a feature. It is a term. It is a technology, I would say. High availability is just a jargon we could use. It's a term for that, uh, whatever you call it. I'm not getting a proper word, a jargon, so you can use it. Let me see. Just give me a minute. Let me see if I can show you one picture of availability zone. It will make it more clear for you. Azure had one very good picture between availability zone and availability set. So if you see that, you will have the clear understanding. Okay, no, I see that has been removed. Fine. So I was saying high availability, it is not a feature. High availability, it is an aim. It is a business aim which you're trying to achieve. Now, how do you want to achieve that? That could be either using availability zone or availability set. So what you have to understand is availability zone and availability set. Is it clear, Ganesh? High availability is
Yes,
not a
sir.
feature. You don't have to, there's
Correct.
no such thing on Azure or anywhere where you can go ahead. High availability, you can achieve by hiring 3 chefs. So that is the technique. You're hiring 3 chefs. High availability, it's just a business goal.
Okay.
Okay?
We can
Got
say a promise to give a good service.
Yes, you can say.
Simple language.
Okay. So availability set. So let's go and discuss about availability set. Now this one, which I explained, it is obviously a better one. That fine, if one data center goes down, perfectly fine, I'll have my service and my application up and running, but it is costing me a lot. In my application, it's not that crucial. Can you give me something else where I can have a sense of high availability a little bit, but I don't want to pay this much. I don't want to have all my machines, 2 machines here, 2 machines here, 2 machines here. Fine, I'm ready to have maybe 3 or 6 machines, but not under different availability zones. Why? Because if the zones are different, then the data will between those servers will be synced, and the sync charges will be extra. So I'm not happy with those, and my application is not that crucial. It's simply a gaming application. No one is dying without it. So I'm okay. But I'm earning from that also. So I don't want to just have one server in one data center. So do you have something else for that? So yes, in Azure, by the way, this availability zone and availability set, these are Azure specific. Okay, you won't see this in AWS. High availability, you definitely have in AWS, but with some different names. These features will be called something else. We don't have to worry about them. But if you're trying to achieve a business goal named high availability in Azure, we have features like availability zone and availability set, right? So coming back, I'm saying that I want some sort of redundancy or some sort of high availability, but I'm not happy with the charges which I have to bear when I select availability zone. Do you have something else? So yes, in this case, we have availability set. Now, how it works? If I have simply without availability zone, without availability set, if I simply start deploying 3 servers for one application, okay, one application, I'm still having 3 servers. And as of now, I'm not talking about availability set. I'm simply having 3 servers. I said, okay, I heard about that concept. I want 3 servers. Fine, let's get 3 servers. Okay, these 3 servers in one data center. What might happen is on cloud, all of these 3 servers may sit on one physical server. Let me go back to Paint. This was traditional. Let me explain it on cloud now. Okay. This is your application you're trying to run, Swiggy. I hope, guys, this Swiggy example doesn't make you hungry and then you feel like going. You can take some other application name if you want. Okay, so let's go to cloud. On cloud, what cloud has done? Cloud has already procured some servers, right? What do we require to keep servers, guys, in data center, be it cloud or your own data center? Where do we keep servers?
In racks.
Racks.
Racks, right? I'm just wait, let me create. I'm just creating 3 racks, but you will never see a data center with 3 racks. You'll have it maybe for 300 racks, 400 racks, 90 racks, 20 racks, whatever. So this is rack 1, and you have these servers. Okay, this is rack 2. And those are your servers. This is rack 3. Those are your servers. This is your cloud's internal infrastructure. Just an example. Okay. Now you want to deploy a server. Your server, it's here. By the way, on one server, will there be only one machine? What did we understand in public cloud?
In public cloud, no. There will
Multiple
be
machines.
multiple.
Multiple machines,
Yeah.
right? It could be
Multiple, yeah.
yours, it could be someone else's also. And I'm saying I want high availability. Okay. Some engineer just told me have 3 servers, then that's fine. No availability zone, no availability set. Availability zone, it's a different topic. We are leaving that. He's saying, no, I don't want to go with availability zone. So some engineer or architect says, okay, just let's have 3 servers and you will have high availability. Client says, okay, fine. And they ask their engineer to deploy 3 servers. Now, at the time of deployment, Azure doesn't tell you where your server is going. So the case might be that all your servers are hosted here on one hardware. You have 3 virtual machines. You can see 3 virtual machines, but where are they landed? On one hardware, and you do not know about it. You don't come to know about it. So if a fan goes, ultimately, see, even if it is with Azure, there is a hardware. Ultimately, it is someone else's computer. There is a computer, right? So if this fan goes, all your 3 machines, what will happen with them? I mean, Azure will move them from here to somewhere else. It's gonna take some time, but what will happen with your application? Even for the 5 minutes, even if it is going to take 5 minutes, will your application run for those 5 minutes or not?
No.
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 Definitely no. So what would be the wise idea is, let's take one server here, one server here, one server here. Good. If this goes down, you have this server up and running. I mean, if this physical server goes down, you have this physical server. From here, you are getting your operating system on that your application is hosted. Similarly here. But in this case, every rack, it comes with some power supply. Okay. I mean, you do not attach a power supply directly on server. You attach your ISP line to that rack. You attach your power supply to the rack. Okay. So now let's see, this rack is connected with Tata Power or Adani. And for some reason in that area, there is Tata Power and let's say a Geo ISP they have taken for this rack. Though it's not rack based, they take it on the data center base, but ultimately the rack will be attached, right? So they have taken on the data center level, they have taken Geo, Tata, Airtel, MSCB, Idea, and Reliance. I mean, 3 different power suppliers, 3 different ISPs, right? But one rack will have only one. There's no way on one rack you will put 2 of them, right? So these 3, they will divide differently. Let's say now one rack which is connected with Geo and Tata Power Supply, you have all your servers, all your 3 servers on that rack. And if something goes wrong in that area and Geo services are down, is your application up and running now? You have it on different servers, but is your application up and running now?
No.
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 Definitely not. You lost your internet connectivity. Similarly, if internet is working, you lost the electricity or power supply, still it is not working for you, right? So it is not highly available again. So what would be the best idea? The best idea would be to have one server anywhere in this rack. I don't mind. I tell Azure, I give me one server anywhere in this rack. I don't mind. Give me another server in this rack, but anywhere in this rack, I don't mind. 3rd server in this rack. Again, 4th server in this rack. Sorry for the this ugly diagram, guys, but I hope you understand. 2nd server will come here. 3rd server will go here. Similarly, 5th server will come here. 6th here, 5th here, 6th here, 7th here. I mean, you will start dividing your servers to based on different racks. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Now, how it works that I told you there are not only 3 racks in a data center. Let's say if you have 900 racks, so those 900 racks will be divided in 3 sets. One set will have Tata Power, one set will have Adani Power, one set will have Maharashtra distribution, this one power, okay, MSCB power. So your one server will go in the first rack or in the first set of rack, anywhere in that rack, you don't mind. Okay, the second server will go in the second set and the third server will go in third set. So here you are making it more available or more redundant. So even if something goes wrong with one power supply and those 300 racks are down, and my server is one of those, it is there on one of those racks, so it's okay, I won't panic because my another server is hosted on this set of rack where we have some other power supplier, so my application is up and running. Similarly, I have third one also. Is this clear, guys? Anyone
Yes,
who did
Salva.
not understand this?
Yes, correct. They might be using generator as well. I mean, as a backup, right?
It doesn't
If
take
the power
much. Yeah,
supply doesn't work.
definitely they'll use, but generator won't last for an hour or so, not more than that. Maybe an hour or maybe 24 hours. Here we are talking bad situations where there's no way, or generator, let's, that is replacing power. What if ISP is down?
Right.
See, what they are using, we don't have to worry about it. What they're providing us, that is what where we have to work. As an Azure administrator, you have to focus that what features are there which I can leverage and help my client, right? Whether they use generator, they use wind power wind, whether they use electricity, it's okay. We have to just understand their offering and how can we help our clients. So is this clear to everyone?
Yeah.
So these sets, guys, these sets
Yes.
which we are talking about, this is called availability set. This is nothing but your availability set. So if you create your one set, availability set, it will have multiple racks and it will start distributing your machine equally. I mean, you literally don't have to go and select this rack, that rack. You just have to select on the portal that I want availability set and I want these many fault domains. I will explain that later. Now we don't have time. There are categories under availability zone, under availability set, sorry, that how many redundancy or how many racks do you want. So we can select that and then they will create it. You just literally don't have to go and divide these and everything. You just have to select. So once you select that, then your server will automatically go here and here and here. And if you don't do that, it may go or it may go on the same rack or it may go on the same server. This is the difference by just deploying 3 servers and by deploying 3 servers using availability set, 3 or any servers, any number, but it will start deploying on different racks or different set of racks. Is this clear to everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they distribute one server into different, all the 3 tracks, right?
Yes.
Equally.
Yes. For example, we are just taking 3 racks. They might have 900 or 1000 racks, 1000 racks, 1200 racks, but there are 3 sets. They cannot create more than 3 sets. Even if they have 1200 racks, they have 3 sets. A set of 400 racks, another set of 400 racks, another set of 400 racks. So your server will go in set 1, set 2, set 3. Again, set 1, set 2, set 3. Which rack out of that set, it doesn't matter, because if power supply is gone for that set, all racks are gone.
Sir, it will be stay in the one building only, right? You are saying availability set.
Definitely. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
If it is different building, then what will we call it?
Availability zone. It will be zone.
Availability zone.
So,
Availability zone.
Yes. If you're happy to bear those charges which are occurring in sinking and etc., which are in different building, so we are happy to give you availability zone. But it's not always about charges. See, I am running
Uh,
some app, maybe some Bitcoin mining app, or maybe some sort of app where people can invest. So I have their financial data with me, right? And I'm running it in Karnataka, or let's say that I'm running it in Chennai, right? I'm doing that in Chennai. I have people's financial data in my server. So now I have enough money that I can go ahead and take availability zone in Pune. But that state government says no, because you have our state financial data, you cannot host your server out of this state. You cannot go to Maharashtra, you cannot go to Hyderabad, you cannot go to Andhra Pradesh. You have to stick in this state. So it's compliance issue that I have to be in Chennai, no matter I am ready to spend money or not. That is not a question. Even if you have money, we are not letting you go. That could be one of the conditions. So in that manner, if someone wants some extra feature for their high availability, that time they can go ahead and select availability set. It's not always easy that you go and select any region where high availability zone is available. You may have compliance issue, you may have latency issue, and you may have finance issue also. So these are the reasons you may have to stick to some region which doesn't have availability zone, and then you can go with availability set. Sorry, someone was asking something. We only have 2 minutes left.
Sir, it's like if latency issue will be there, then if in availability zone.
No, definitely will not be there.
Okay.
It's Azure's responsibility. You don't have to worry about it. Between their zones, whatever happens, it is Azure's responsibility. If it is there, if they are not able to cope up with their SLA, whatever they have promised, then they will pay you or they will give you some discount in your billing. You don't have to worry about the latency. The latency between your office and there, it's something different. That you will have to select that where are you sitting, which region are you taking. If you're sitting in Kanyakumari and then you're taking a zone which is in Dubai, then there will be latency. And again, it will not come to Azure administrator. This will be decided at architect team. So when by the time it comes to you guys, you don't have to worry about it. And I told you at the beginning only, guys, that we are going to do very job focused and interview focused training. So don't worry about these things. One thing, guys, that the attendance sheet is available now. Please fill your email. From next session, only people with that particular email will be able to join. And it's an auto script. So you only once your email is there, you will be able to join. If your email is not there, you won't be able to join the session. So please fill in your email over there. Less than 30 seconds are pending. If any questions, guys.
Sohail by 15th of August.
What about
Sohail
that?
by?
It's not a weekend. Do you want a session? Do you guys want a session on that day?
On 15th of August?
If you guys want, I can take it. But people are not available, I guess, for long weekend. Rest we can discuss on WhatsApp. Session is about to finish, guys. I am
We have a
available if
shift
you
actually.
guys want.